time for the one and the only show. It's the Luke Howard Show. Please welcome Luke Howard. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Another lovely day, another lovely show. Well, we've got lots to talk about today on the show. We'll get to that in a moment, but first, hope everyone had a wonderful weekend and are looking forward to a brand new week of the one and the only show, The Luke Howard Show. It's Monday the 13th of July, and of course, welcome to a new show. And yeah, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show because the rouse and talk about stuff all kicks off here on the one and the only show, The Luke Howard Show. So, here I am, the round of applause. Woo! Woo! Okay, we've done the round of applause. We've done it. So, we're also going to be talking about the national days today as well, and we're going to be playing lots of great music. And if you want to get in touch with us today, 07593 847 105 is the number to text or call. I would suggest, if you do text, we start with the word talk and your name and where you're from, or you can also find us on social media. It's at the Luke Howard fan page on Instagram, or you can call that number 07593 847 105. I have to repeat it again. So I did. And then we're going to be, or you can do an email. It's GaryJHoward68@hotmail.com, or there's another email which is my personal email, which is not my personal email, it's my college email, but I also use it for the radio show as well, and that's 345-457@student.hrc.ac.uk. Or you can use the hashtags, it's hashtag Luke Howard, or hashtag Luke Howard Show, or hashtag stay at home and listen to the Luke Howard Show, or hashtag listen to the Luke Howard Show. I mean, because there's no really stay at home at the moment, though, is there? But yeah, and that is how you can get in touch with me on Britain's Best Radio Show today. We'd love to hear from you, and if you've got anything you want to say about any of the pieces of news today, and do get in touch, please do. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll give you a little mention on the show. Whatever you're doing, if you're at home, in the garden, maybe. I mean, I saw loads of people doing their gardens over the weekend. I mean, I've never seen so many dads and mums and youngsters getting involved and getting out in the garden and doing all their gardening. So many people were doing their gardens over the weekend. I mean, we was one of them. I was one of them. I went round and helped my granddad, socially distanced, of course, and I helped him paint all the fence, which is great. His little, they've had their garden done. It looks absolutely beautiful. So, we had it all done. It looks really, really nice. Really nice little garden, what they've had it all done. And their new home, of course, their new home. And I helped them paint all their little, like the little wooden line things, the beam things. It looked amazing. Really, really nice. So I helped my granddad yesterday do the garden. I helped him paint it, which is very, very nice. I should think later on today I should be popping out for a little drive out with my nan. Obviously, social distance, of course, sitting in the back of our car. Yeah, so, of course. And of course, I would say the official day of summer. I mean, a lot of schools are supposed to be finishing this week for the summer break, of course. I mean, I think I know it's meant to be on Friday, but of course a lot of schools have been off and working from home, or some schools have even gone back, would you believe? Some primary schools have gone back. I mean, I know some schools in our area have gone back, but not real. It's just special students and special kids, as I like to call them, because of course it's also students and kids whose parents, of course, who are on the front line and working for the NHS. So if you are listening today and you are working for the NHS or everything, I salute you, of course, and well done, and thank you so much. I must say a big thank you to the wonderful NHS. Can I just say, of course, about that wonderful NHS, thank you very, very much to them, and yeah, so well done, NHS. Let's do a round of applause for them. This is my round of applause to you, NHS. I don't actually think I've done that before, to be honest. I don't actually think I've done it. But that is, of course, for them. So well done to anyone who works for the NHS, teachers, anything like that. Anyone who's working at this moment, delivery drivers, we salute you and we say thank you very much to them. And of course, they're saying that schools and all of that are going to go back properly in September. And there's one more thing I'm going to talk about in a moment. But schools are supposed to officially finish on Friday. I know that because my cousin, Kira, she goes to a school in Ware, which is 11 miles down the A10 from here. And that she's supposed to finish on Friday. I spoke to my cousin over the weekend. We do speak a lot, me and my cousin. And morning, if they're listening, Daniela and Kira Butler. And they're supposed to be finishing at the end of the week, she is. But our college finishes at the end of June anyway. So we're supposed to be going back in September by following socially distanced rules. And I'm thinking it may work, it may not. But we're going to see how it does go, of course, so we'll see how it all works as well. So, we're going to talk about shops, okay? I want to start off by talking about shops, but not just supermarkets. I mean shops as in independent shops. For example, gift shops, boutique shops, garden centres, all different types of shops, sweet shops that I go in, all these sort of shops, greengrocers, florists, all your independent shops. Now, they're saying if you should actually wear a face mask or not. Now, Boris Johnson I think is going to be announcing whether if you should have to wear one in a shop, you may have to wear it. But the senior minister, Michael Gove, has said he does not think face coverings should be compulsory in shops in England, and he's saying that he trusts people's common sense. Now, we've got a video of him speaking out on the Andrew Marr show yesterday morning. Here he is.
No, but I would encourage people to wear face masks when they're inside in an environment where they're likely to be mixing with others and where the ventilation may not be as good as it might. So I think that it is basic good manners, courtesy, consideration to wear a face mask if you are, for example, in a shop.
But we don't need a law to do that.
Well, I trust people's good sense. Now, of course, the government at all times, does look at the emerging evidence about what the best way to control the disease is. If necessary, then, and if tough measures are required, as we've seen in Leicester, obviously a very different situation, then tough measures will be taken. But on the whole, my view is that it's always better to trust people's common sense, to give them a clear sense of what is wise, and I think that individuals and businesses are responding well to that lead.
That was Michael Gove, I would believe, Michael Gove speaking yesterday on the Andrew Marr show. Now, here we go, because we've got something on Friday coming up here in a minute. But I went past I went past about 3 shops over the weekend, and no one in them shops were actually even wearing face masks. I mean, I couldn't believe that. I walked past about 3 different shops, and there was only one person wearing a face mask, and the rest of them weren't wearing them at all. I mean, I've been past a lot of shops, and I have seen that. And I saw that over the weekend. So he was speaking to the BBC's Andrew Marr show. Michael Gove has said wearing a mask in a shop was basic good manners. Now, on Friday, just gone, Boris Johnson said that a stricter approach was needed to people who wear masks in confined spaces. Now, if it is a shop that's well open, if it's open, and I mean, I've been in shops where it's open and there's been people wearing them, people not wearing them. But when I don't wear a face mask, okay? I mean, I don't wear gloves, I don't wear masks, I wouldn't wear a mask. My mum wore a mask a couple of weeks ago, and she said it's the worst thing she's ever had on. She said she's never going to wear it again. So, I mean, it's not a nice thing to have on, because apparently it gets into bacteria, gets all inside you, and all of that. And I don't think a face mask is a good thing to have on. I mean, I've said this all along in the show. I mean, I have said this all along. I mean, I don't really think we should be wearing them because it's not good. I mean, I don't think it does protect you. I mean, the gloves don't protect you either because all the bacteria goes on your hands as well. I mean, it all comes down to that. I mean, I know everything about this because if you wear gloves on your hands, I mean, it's going to swell them all up and it's all going to get sweaty and stuff and bacteria. And the same thing's going to be happening with the face masks and the visors as well. I mean, my sister, she works in a hair salon and she said, "Oh God, face mask is the worst thing I've ever worn in my life." You know, I mean, there's a lot of people I know who have been wearing them at this very moment. Friends, family, colleagues, all of them. I know, and they've all said to me, "Luke, I hate wearing a face mask. It's an awful thing to wear." I mean, would you wear a face mask in an open space? Would you wear it in an enclosed space? I mean, come on. I mean, should we? Should we not? I don't know. I mean, it's hard, isn't it? I mean, I don't wear one. Okay, I refuse to wear one. I wouldn't wear a face mask. Okay, I mean, I wouldn't wear one. Because it's not very. I don't think it's good at all, and it sweats always. It's not good. Okay, so it's not good. So senior government sources have said that this issue is being kept under review, as Labour has called for charity on this issue. And on Friday, Boris Johnson, as I just said, was said as a striker. Okay, so we got to that, didn't we? We spoke about that. Yeah, we did. And in Scotland, they are also a majority in shops. Wales recommends masks, but they are not compulsory. However, though, there has been calls for the UK government to make its stance on constantly, and he said that I do think we need to be stricter in insisting people who wear face coverings in confirmed spaces where they are meeting people that they don't normally meet. They are looking at ways that they are making sure that people really do have face coverings in shops, for instance, where that there is a risk of transmission. I mean, I've got a photo on here now of Boris Johnson in a shop wearing a mask. Well, good on him going in there. I mean, I'm not going to wear one, okay? I mean, if he wants to wear one, let him wear one. I mean, I'm not going to wear one at all. But also on Friday, senior Whitehall sources has said the government was considering making face coverings mandatory in shops. They said that while no decision has yet been made, it is an issue that is being kept under review. It was asked about the issue on the Marr show, which was yesterday, would you believe, the Andrew Marr show. Mr. Michael Gove had said then that I don't think modernity, no, but I would encourage people to wear face masks when they are inside in an environment where they are likely to be mixing with others and where their ventilation may not be as good as it might. I think that is basic good measures, courtesy and consideration is to wear a face mask if you are, for example, in a shop. The Cabinet Minister has added that now, of course, the government at all times does look at the emerging evidence about what the best way is to control the disease. And it is that if it is necessary and tough measures are required, and we have seen in Leicester, obviously a very difficult situation, then tough measures will be taken. But on the whole, it's always best to trust people's common sense. Now, scientific advice is on face coverings and has evolved a lot over the last few months, of course, since March, since it all really began. Now, the Scotland government is worried that they won't, and so has told people that they have to wear one in shops. On Friday just gone, Boris Johnson was appeared for the first time in public in a covering mask. Now, we can't show you the picture on the show, but we might be able to put the picture up maybe on our social media page, maybe later on today. Maybe, I mean, we could have a little look into that and maybe see if we could do that. But now Michael Gove seems it is to be saying that something different, that we should trust the common sense of shoppers. And the sources that are keen to be pointed out for Mr Gove also said that the government would take more action when necessary. So majority face coverings in England aren't off to the table. His comments are also in with the policy as it stands just now. But at a time when public are messaging in crucial and some believe the government view on whether or not stronger action is needed. And it isn't clear. But earlier Mr Gove told Sky's Sophie Ridge on Sunday yesterday that wearing a face covering definitely helps you to help others in an enclosed space. I mean, I started to wear gloves actually on this show a few weeks ago. I mean, I'm sure you remember me covering this subject on the show a few weeks ago when I said to you, I'm sitting here with gloves in my hand. I couldn't cope with it. 20 to 25 minutes later, I couldn't cope. My hands are all sweating. And then I had to take them off because I couldn't cope with wearing the gloves after 25 minutes. It may have took 10 minutes. To try and get them to soak in and stuff, and it did, and it wasn't worth it really, and it was very, not great. But the earlier though, yesterday, I keep getting it later on. Mr Gove told him that, and then Shadow Cabinet Officer Minister Rachel Reeves said that Labour would support modernity face coverings for shops, as it would inspire greater confidence, and it might even encourage more people to go out and spend their money, of course. I mean, a lot of people have been shopping online, of course, because they much prefer to do it than go out. But I think people are increasingly wearing them, but they all think that some greater clarity for government about that, they all think that would be helpful. And he also said that people want to do the right thing, that they want to know what the right thing is. And we already have it to know public transport. So, in the early days of the pandemic, the UK government was hesitant about advertising people to wear face coverings, urging the scientific evidence that our reduced transmission was weak. Okay, tomorrow on the show, I must say, we're talking about holidays. Will we all get a summer break? We will get a summer break. I'm sure we will. But in early June, the World Health Organization had changed its advice to say people should wear them in public where socially distancing is not possible. Okay, and the WHO original said that there was not enough evidence to say that healthy people should wear them. Now, the rules are compelling people to wear them, of course, on public transport. I mean, it was